Magandang araw mga tuti, ako si Kuya Resty at ako ang inyong Kuya Tutor. Today ay pag-aaralan natin kung paano mag-simplify ng mga algebraic expressions. Pero before that ay i-define muna natin kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng algebraic expression. So meron tayong one or more algebraic terms with at least one operation, namely addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So ang algebraic expression ay merong isa o mahigit pang algebraic term na pinag-uugnay ng isa o mahigit pang mathematical operation. Merong apat na uri ng algebraic expression. Yung una dyan ay monomial, next is binomial, then we have trinomial, and lastly ay meron tayong polynomial. Ang monomial ay meron lang isang non-zero term. Sa monomial, wala tayong makikitang addition or subtraction. Ang mga example na meron tayo ay xy, 1 over x, abc, 3x squared, negative 7 cd, and 5. So as you can see, wala diyang addition or subtraction, although meron tayong either multiplication or division. So in case of x, y, meron niyang multiplication because we are multiplying x and y. And then for 1 over x, meron tayong division because we are dividing 1 by x. For ABC naman, we are multiplying a by b and by c. For 3x squared, we are getting the product of 3 and x and another x. Kasi ang x times x ay x squared. Later on, mas magdedwell tayo sa mga rules ng exponents. So, abangan natin yan. Okay, so we also have negative 7 CD. We are multiplying negative 7 by C and by D. And lastly, we have 5. Kung mapapansin ninyo, yung 5 ay constant. So, ang mga constant pala ay algebraic expression na monomial din. Ang binomial naman ay merong dalawang non-zero terms. So, ang example natin ay x plus y, a plus 1 half, b squared plus c squared, and negative 7p minus 3q. Ang trinomial naman ay merong tatlong non-zero terms. So, for example, we have x plus y plus c. We also have 2a minus 3b plus c. And then r squared plus s squared plus t squared. We also have negative 7ab plus 4bc minus 2cd. And then lastly, we have 1 over x plus 1 over y plus 1 over z. So lahat yan meron tatlong non-zero terms. That's why it's called trinomial. Ang polynomial naman ay merong one term with non-negative exponents of a variable. So in layman's term, meron siyang at least one term na ang variable ay hindi negative yung exponent. So for example, we have x squared minus 2x plus 4, which is a trinomial. And then we have 4x cubed, y squared, z to the 5th. Ito ay isang monomial. And then we have negative 7 plus 5k. Ito ay isang binomial. Next, we have 100, which is a constant. Okay, and then we have 2x to the 4th minus 5x cubed plus 10x squared plus 8x minus 3. Meron tayong 5 terms and it is also called as polynomial. Kung meron kayong question about the types of algebraic expressions, pwede kayong mag-comment down below at ito-try kong sagutin ang lahat ng question ninyo. One of the most basic skills na kailangan nating matutunan para maging mahusay tayo sa pag-simplify ng mga algebraic expressions ay ang pag-identify ng mga like terms at unlike terms. So kapag sinabing like terms, Ito yung mga term na may magkaparehong variable at magkapareho din yung exponents nila. So we have 2x and 3x. Ang variable natin dyan ay x and yung exponent niyan ay 1. And then we have 5a squared and a squared. We have the variable a at ang exponent nila ay 2. We also have 4xyz and xyz. So we have x, y, and z as the variable na merong exponent na 1 per variable. And then we have 40k to the 5th and negative 100k to the 5th. As you can see, meron tayong variable na k na may exponent na 5. So paano natin ma-identify naman ang mga unlike terms? First, we have x and 2y. Obviously, magkaiba yung variable niyan. So, unlike terms sila. Second is a and a squared. So, baka may magtanong ulit sa inyo sa akin,
Kuya Tutor, pareho naman yung variable nila, bakit unlike terms yan?
unlike terms yan, kasi although meron tayong magkaparehong variable, magkaiba naman yung exponents nila. So, for the first term that we have, meron tayong exponent na 1. And then yung second term naman, merong exponent na 2. Magkapareho yung variable, pero magkaiba yung exponent, unlike terms yan. Next, we have xy and yz. Pareho silang merong y, pero wala namang x yung isa. Yung isa naman, wala naman ding letter z. And lastly, we have k to the 5th, k to the 4th, k cubed, k squared, and k. Magkakapareho sila ng variable, pero magkakaiba yung kanilang exponent. So, unlike terms silang lahat. Again, if you have any question, just comment down below and I will do my best na sagutin lahat yan. Ngayon, alam na natin kung paano mag-distinguish ng mga like and unlike terms. Let me teach you how to add and subtract algebraic expressions. First is 3x minus 2y plus 5z. And yung second one is negative 6x plus 4y minus 5z. Let's try adding the two given terms. Okay, i-write down natin yung 3x minus 2y plus 5z and then put it inside the brackets or parentheses. And then plus sign. And we will write down the second term, which is negative 6x plus 4y minus 5z. At ilalagay din natin yan sa loob ng parenthesis. Positive times negative 6x, and then positive times positive 4y, and then positive times negative 5z. Okay, let us bring down 3x minus 2y plus 5z. And as you can see, kinopya lang din natin yung second term kasi positive naman yung operation natin dyan. Ngayon, pwede na nating ma-identify ang mga like terms. So, we have 3x and negative 6x. Lagyan natin yan ng kulay blue na underline. And then we have negative 2y plus 4y. Meron siyang orange na underline. Lastly, we have 5z and negative 5z. Lagyan natin yan ng red na underline. Ang next step ay pagsamahin natin yung mga like terms. So, since may blue underline siya, gawin natin kulay blue rin yung 3x minus 6x. And then orange naman yung negative 2y plus 4y. Then lastly, we have plus 5z minus 5z in red. Okay, 3x minus 6x is equal to negative 3x. And then negative 2y plus 4y is positive 2y. Now we have 5z minus 5z. So basically 0 yan. So the answer is negative 3x plus 2y. How about subtracting these two terms? Babaguhin lang natin yung operation sa gitna. Yung positive magiging negative. Pwede nating i-multiply yung operation na nasa gitna sa lahat ng elements na nasa loob ng second term. So we have negative sign times negative 6x, magiging positive 6x yan. And then we have negative times positive 4y, magiging negative 4y naman yan. And then lastly, we have negative sign times negative 5z, magiging positive 5z yan. Alright, so we have 3x minus 2y plus 5z plus 6x minus 4y plus 5z. Tulad ng ginawa natin sa addition, i-identify natin ang mga like terms. So, gawin natin kulay blue ulit yung underline ng mga terms na may variable na x. And then orange naman para sa mga terms na merong y. At red naman para sa mga terms na may z. Okay, so we have 3x plus 5x in blue, negative 2y minus 4y in orange, and 5z plus 5z in red. So 3x plus 6x equals 9x. Negative 2y minus 4y is negative 6y. And then 5z plus 5z is 10z. So we have the answer which is equal to 9x minus 6y plus 10z. Tulad na nabanggit ko kanina, magdi-discuss din tayo ng mga rules or laws of exponents. So first law is product of powers. We have x raised to m, which is multiplied by x raised to n. Meron tayong magkaparehong variable na magkaiba yung exponents. Ngayon, minumultiply natin silang dalawa. Always remember lang na kailangan lang natin i-add yung mga exponents ng same variable kapag minumultiply natin sila. So we have x raised to m plus n. For example, we have x to the fourth times x cubed equals x raised to 4 plus 3, which is equal to x raised to 7. O di ba madali lang 'yan. So kung i-apply naman natin siya sa real numbers, we have 2 squared multiplied by 2 to the 5th, magiging 2 raised to 7 lang siya. At yung 2 raised to 7 is equal to 128. Next is quotients of powers. We are dividing the same variable na magkaiba yung exponents. So we have x raised to m divided by x raised to n, which is equal sa denotation na x raised to m over x raised to n, which is equal to x raised to m minus n. For example, we have x raised to 10 divided by x raised to 7. So we have x raised to 10 over x raised to 7. And then we have x raised to 10 minus 7. And the final answer is x raised to 3. So kung gagamit tayo ng real numbers, same lang din yung concept na i-apply natin. So we have 3 raised to 15 divided by 3 raised to 12, which is equal to 3 raised to 15 minus 12, which is equal to 3 raised to 3 or 3 cubed, which gives us the final answer, which is equal to 27. Our third law of exponent is the power of a power. So kung meron tayong x raised to m at i-raise natin yan sa n, we will have to just multiply m and n. So we have x raised to m times n. For example, we have x squared raised to 3 or x squared quantity cube. Ang answer yan ay x raised to 2 times 3, which is basically x raised to 6. For integers, we have 2 to the 4th raised to 2. We have 2 raised to 4 times 2. So we have 2 raised to 8, and then the answer is 256. The fourth law of exponent natin is power of a product. So meron tayong dalawang magkaibang variable na i-raise natin to a certain exponent. So we have xy quantity raised to m. So remember, kung meron kang parenthesis dyan at exponent sa labas, just say quantity in place of the word parenthesis. So we have xy quantity raised to m. And then we have x raised to m, y raised to m. For example, we have xy raised to the fifth will give us x to the fifth, y to the fifth. For real numbers naman, we have 2 times 3 quantity raised to 2. And then magkakaroon tayo ng 2 squared times 3 squared, which is equal to 4 times 9, which is equal to 36. Basically, yung 2 times 3 ay 6 na. Kung i-multiply natin directly yung 2 and 3. So, we have 6 squared equals 36, which is the same as our previous answer. Our fifth law is the power of a quotient. So we have x divided by y, quantity raised to m. Since division yan, pwede natin gamitin yung denotation na x over y. So we have x over y, quantity raised to m, equals x raised to m over y raised to m. If we have x divided by y, quantity raised to 3 or quantity cube, we can write it out as x over y, quantity cube. So the final answer will be x cube over y cube. For integers, we have 2 divided by 3, quantity raised to 3, which is also 2 over 3, quantity raised to 3, equals 8 over 27. So, shinortcut na natin yung 2 cube over 3 cube. Number 6 is 0 power. So, tandaan natin na kapag ang variable ay ni-raise natin sa 0, 1 lang ang laging lalabas. Any variable or any constant na i-raise natin sa 0 ay 1 lang yung magiging answer. If we have 2 raised to 0, 1 lang ang magiging answer. For 55 naman, 55 raised to 0 is also equal to 1. Kapag meron tayo 999 raised to 0, magiging 1 lang yung answer. And then yung 1 million raised to 0, 1 lang din yung answer niyan. Lastly, we have negative exponent. Remember, any variable na i-raise natin sa negative exponent will yield the reciprocal of the variable na naka-raise naman sa same exponent pero magiging positive na yung kanyang sign. So we have x raised to negative m equals sa 1 over x raised to m. For example, we have x raised to negative 2 equal lang yan sa 1 over x squared. In this example, we have 4 raised to negative 2. Magkakaroon tayo ng 1 over 4 raised to 2 or 4 squared. Ang answer dyan ay 1 over 16. Another skill na kailangan nating matutunan before tayo makapag-simplify ng mga algebraic expression ay ang pag-apply ng mga properties of real numbers. So, first, meron tayong distributive property. Ang sinasabi lang dyan, Kung meron tayong A multiplied by the quantity x plus y, yung A pwede nating i-distribute since the word is distributive. Pwede nating i-distribute yung A sa lahat ng elements na nasa loob ng parenthesis or bracket. So we have AX plus AY. Meron tayong example na 2 times the quantity x plus y. So we have 2x plus 2y. Remember, dinidistribute natin yung elements sa labas sa lahat ng terms or elements sa loob ng brackets. Second property ng real numbers is commutative property. So meron tayong dalawang uri ng commutative property. So we have the commutative property of addition and commutative property of multiplication. Sa addition, we have a plus b equals b plus a. Sa multiplication naman, we have a times b equals b times a. For example, we have 2 plus 3. Obviously, equal din siya sa 3 plus 2. Kapag multiplication naman, we have the example 2 times 3, which is equal sa 3 times 2. Ang dali lang yan, di ba? So remember, we have the commutative property of addition and commutative property of multiplication. Next is associative property. We can also apply associative property sa addition and multiplication. So sa addition, we have a plus b na nasa loob ng parenthesis plus c equals sa a at yung b plus c naman yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. So we have a plus quantity b plus c. Sa multiplication naman, ganun din. A times b na nasa loob ng parenthesis times c equals sa a times the quantity b times c. For example, we have 1 plus 2 plus 3. 1 plus 2 inside the parenthesis plus 3 equal din siya sa 1 plus quantity 2 plus 3. So we have 1 plus 2 equals 3 plus 3 equals 6 yan, di ba? Sa kabila naman, 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 1 plus 5. 6 din ang answer dyan. So, equal lang sila sa isa't isa. Sa multiplication naman, we have 1 times 2 inside the parenthesis times 3 equals 1 times 2 times 3 inside the parenthesis. So, ang 1 times 2 ay 2 times 3 equal lang sa 6. 1 times 2 times 3 is 1 times 6 equal, which is equal also to 6. Again, madali lang ang associative property, and remember, we have two kinds of associative property, which are associative property of addition and associative property of multiplication. Next is additive identity. Lahat ng terms, either variable or constant, kapag inadd mo yan sa 0, ay parang walang mangyayari. Lalabas lang yung variable or yung constant na inadd natin sa 0. Number 5, we have multiplicative identity. Lahat ng variables or constants na minultiply natin sa 1 ay ganun din, parang walang nangyari. So here we have a times 1 equals a. Number 6, we have inverse property of addition. Dito naman, kapag yung variable ay inadd mo sa sarili niya pero negative yung sign, 0 yung magiging answer. So we have x plus negative x equals 0. Last one is inverse property of multiplication. So kapag multiply natin ang isang variable sa kanyang reciprocal, makakakuha tayo ng answer na 1. In this case, we have x times 1 over x equals 1. And finally, we can now simplify algebraic expressions kasi meron na tayong skill Sa pag-identify ng mga like and unlike terms, alam na rin natin kung paano mag-add at mag-subtract ng mga algebraic expressions. Na-identify na rin natin yung mga laws of exponents. And alam na rin natin yung properties ng real numbers. So let's say we have 2 times the quantity x plus 3 plus x times the quantity 2x minus 1 plus 4. So we could distribute 2 sa loob ng parenthesis na may x plus 3. So 2 times x is 2x and 2 times positive 3 is positive 6. Then yung x naman, we could distribute it sa loob ng parenthesis na may 2x minus 1. So we will have x times 2x, which is equal to 2x squared. And then x times negative 1 will give us negative x. And then yung 4 naman, na constant, pwede natin siyang kopyahin lang. Okay, i-check natin ang mga like terms. We have 2x and negative x. And then we have 6 and 4, which are both constants. And then yung 2x squared, wala siyang kapareho. So we can bring it down and we will have 2x squared. Yung 2x minus x naman, magiging positive x. And then yung 6 plus 4 ay magiging 10. So we have the answer which is equal to 2x squared plus x plus 10. Let us practice further. Simplify the algebraic expression. Number 1, we have 3 times the quantity 2x minus 4y plus 6. So we will distribute 3 sa loob ng bracket na may 2x minus 4y plus 6. 3 times 2x will give us 6x. 3 times negative 4y will give us negative 12y. And 3 times positive 6 will give us positive 18. And the answer will be 6x minus 12y plus 18. Number 2, we have 3r plus 2s plus rs minus 7s minus 2rs plus 1. So we have 2s and negative 7s. We have rs and negative 2rs. And then yung mga walang kapareho, pwede na natin silang kopyahin lang sa baba. So we have 3r plus 1. And then yung 2s plus negative 7s, magiging negative 5s yan. Yung rs naman, minus 2rs, magiging negative rs. So we will have the answer which is equal to 3r minus rs minus 5s plus 1. Ni-rearrange natin such that yung constant ay nasa hulihan ng expression. Number 3, we have 25x squared minus 10x all over 5x. So kung meron kayong ganyang example na merong dalawang terms sa numerator at meron namang isang term sa denominator, you can say all over. So we have 25x squared minus 10x all over 5x. Kapag meron kayong ganitong problem, pwede nyong paghiwalayin yung operation ng 25x squared and negative 10x at i-divide sila individually by the denominator. So we have 25x squared over 5x minus 10x over 5x. So we will have 25 over 5 magiging 5. Yung x squared naman magiging x lang. And then we have negative 10 over 5, magiging 2 lang yan. And x over x, makakancel out yung variable. Kaya ang answer natin ay 5x minus 2. Next example natin ay isang monomial na nire-raise sa 2. So we have 3x squared, y cubed, quantity raised to 2 or quantity squared. So i-multiply lang natin yung 2 mula sa labas sa lahat ng exponents na nasa loob. So we have 3 squared, and then we have x to the 4th, and then lastly we have y raised to 3 times 2, which is y raised to 6. So, ang answer natin ay 9x to the 4th, y to the 6. Our last example is 7x minus 8y plus 2xy minus 2x plus 8xy. So, we have to identify the like terms first. We have 7x and negative 2x. Then we have 2xy and 8xy. So ang answer sa 7x minus 2x ay 5x. And then for 2xy naman plus 5 plus 8xy, magiging 10xy. Yung wala namang kapareho, which is negative 8y, pwede na natin siyang isulat sa baba. So ang answer natin ay 5x plus 10xy minus 8y. At yan na nagtatapos ang ating discussion sa pag-simplify ng mga algebraic expression. I hope marami kayong natutunan sa ating discussion at maraming salamat din sa inyong pakikinig at panonood. Once again, ako si Kuya Resty at ako ang inyong Kuya Tutor na nagsasabing practice makes perfect. Bye-bye!